Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Maureen and I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone who's already subscribed. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe, press the thumbs up button, and also click on the notification bell so that you're notified whenever I post a new video. All right, so today we are going to be talking about how we relate to people. How are you showing up in the world? So, if you've been on this earth for any given period of time, you've had to relate to humans, whether in a family setting, in a romantic relationship, in friendships, you've had to relate to people. And you'd have quickly realized that relationships are complicated. They are complex, right? They're always changing, evolving. As you change as a person, as you experience life, you are going to evolve. So do other people. And as a result, the relationship is going to change. And you'd have also realized that relationships are consuming in terms of time, effort, and energy. You have to put in the time and energy to maintain relationships. All right? So I'm only going to speak based on my own experience. And I hope you're going to take some time to also reflect on how you relate to people, how you are showing up in the world. So for myself, I realized that I was a people pleaser. I liked to get the applause from people. And if I didn't get an applause, I felt like a failure, that I had not done what I was supposed to do. Okay? And while I was reflecting, I wondered, where did that come from? When did that start? How did I become this people pleaser? And I also realized that even as a child, I was a people pleaser. Right? So I had to go back to my childhood and try and figure it out. So I, coming from a large family, had to find my place in the family. I had to find my niche, so to speak. And the place I found was the people-pleasing business. All right. That was the place where I could shine above everybody else. Okay. I became this people-pleasing person. I would go out of my way to do extra, right? Whether it was cleaning the house or cooking, I went the extra mile always. And whenever I got that applause, I was happy. So I would do those things over and over again. And whenever I got the applause, I would be happy. So it became like this loop, right? The behavior got reinforced over time. And when I went out into the world, I went out as a people pleaser. Okay? I found myself making myself basically too available to people because I couldn't say no. I wanted to be likable in every situation, whether it was people I knew or strangers even. Okay? I was in the people pleasing business. All right? I volunteered for things I had no business volunteering for because, as you can imagine, as you can have already figured out, I wanted to get the applause. Okay? I maintained relationships for longer than they should have been maintained because, you guessed it, I figured if I worked harder, if I did more, that person would eventually like me. It was like chasing a moving target. Okay. So I didn't even realize that. For the longest time, I didn't realize that. Until my husband stopped me one day and said, "Why is it that you're constantly agreeing to things that you don't want to do and being miserable while doing it? Why don't you just say no?" Now, as simple as that sounds, at that time, I remember looking at him and thinking, "Oh my goodness, are you out of your mind? How could I possibly say no? What are people going to think of me? Right? How are they going to view me? Are they still going to like me after I've said no?" Now, in hindsight, I should have learned this lesson earlier, but I'm glad that I did eventually learn it. All right, so here are some of the things that I learned in the process. The first thing is no is a complete sentence. Okay? And not everyone is entitled to an explanation about why you are giving them a no. You don't have to lie. You don't have to come up with an excuse. You can just tell someone no. And guess what? You are going to be okay, and they are going to be okay as well. Okay? The second thing I learned was just because you've been in a relationship for a long time and have even realized that that person is genuinely not for you, you don't have to maintain that relationship. It's okay to let people go. Relationship Relationships run their course, right? Some relationships are for a season, some are for a couple of seasons. Okay? You don't have to keep holding on to a relationship past its season. If someone is not for you, that person who talks badly about you behind your back, and yet you're still holding on to them, let them go. You are going to be okay. They are going to be okay. You can support them from a distance. Okay? And if you feel like you're not ready to just pull off the band-aid, maybe take them out of your inner circle and put them in the outer, outer circle. You know that circle? Yes. Put them in there for a while. And if you realize you actually don't miss them, then let them go. All right? You are going to be okay. In fact, you're going to feel like a burden that you actually didn't know you had has been lifted off your shoulders. The third thing I learned was what someone thinks about you is none of your business. It's none of your business. They are entitled to their opinion just as you are entitled to your opinion. You're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay, right? It's okay. Not everyone is going to like you, all right? You don't have to agree to other people's opinions of you, okay? Stay in your lane. Decide where you are going to get your validation from. I realized that I wanted to get my validation only from God. What God thinks about me is all that matters. All right? Because people's opinions will always change. They will always change. And at times you just can't keep up. Okay? And you know what? You don't have to keep up. Be who you are and stay genuine to that. Okay? The fourth thing I learned was I would rather have quality relationships instead of quantity. I would rather spend my time and energy maintaining a very good and healthy relationship with fewer people than trying to get a lot of people to like me. Okay? Put your energy towards people who are supportive of you and that you are supportive of. Relationships have to go both ways. Okay? Put that energy towards someone who accepts you for who you are right now, not who you were in the past. I mean, you don't want to be talking about the things you did 20 years ago, and that's really all that binds you. Okay? And you don't want someone to like you for who they think you are going to be. Someone has to accept you for who you currently are, and you have to accept them for who they currently are. Okay? And the fifth thing I learned was guard your mental health jealously. Not everyone deserves real estate in your mind. All right? You don't have to accept drama in your life. Drama follows drama. So if you always find yourself in situations, ask yourself, why? Am I unconsciously being part of that drama? Right? Am I agreeing to it? Right? Because how people treat you is dependent on what you are allowing. Okay? So self reflect and see whether you have a part to play in those situations. Okay, so we've barely scratched the surface. Okay, but I would really want to know the things that you've learned about yourself over time on how you are relating or how you used to relate to people. So let me know in the comments below. I would really like to know. So until next time, take care. Bye.